everybody, and welcome to the Roundup. We're back for another season, and I tell you what, two happy campers in here tonight, Dak boy.
Yes, PG, yes. Just happy to be back doing the Roundup, mate. Nothing to do with the results, mate.
No, nothing at all. This one's going to be a wee touch shorter. I'll apologise for that. I need to be on a plane in like 7 hours or something, 8 hours. So we're just going to do a nice quick one, shoot through. So don't take any offence if we miss your team at the night. It's just the way it is for this week. So let's get tore in. We'll start actually with our sponsor, the great VSN. Class guys, make kits for like a third of the teams in the west of Scotland. So if you need any kits sorted, they're your guys. Right, Premier League. Arthur
What a start.
Arthurley 4, Cumbernauld 3, Beath 1, Rob Roy 0, Clydebank 2, Benburb 3, Darvo 1, Glenafton 2, Gartcairn 1, Largs 1, Pollok 1, Talbot 0, St Cadoc's 1, Hurlford 3, Troon 2, Meda 1. Dak, we'll start with yourself, mate. 1-0. How did it go yesterday?
Firstly, mate, it's a good result, 3 points. Wasn't it a great game, PG?
No.
Wasn't it a great game, not me? Been champion it all week, to be fair. And I think it was just two teams cancelled each other. I think, to be honest with you, Talbot were the better side, probably the balance of play. Certainly the first half anyway. Missed a penalty through Connor Boyd. We came into it in the second half, we've been much better than that, limited to very few chances in the second half, but it was a moment of magic. That's what the gaffer said, it might take a moment of magic by either side to win it, and we Gally came on and done that, mate. We bit of quality, chop inside, mate, and a tap bin finish, mate, unbelievable. I'm delighted for him. I'm delighted for the man, because he had a stop start pre-season with wee niggles in that, so he came on and made a great impression along with other subs and done the damage. It's a great goal and brilliant for the wee man's confidence, and end of the day, and then we defended well and strong and saw the game through. I was saying that to people after the game. It was kind of Talbot have done that a lot of time over the years to other teams, you know what I mean? Maybe not played well and won it 1-0 or a 2-1 and they're sitting after it going off. We didn't play that well, and I think that was us, you know what I mean? We're capable of so much better, but the most important thing was 3 points. But listen, it's just a good start. It's 3 points and then you move on to the next one. But it was nice that our record against him hasn't been great. First time we beat him in 5 years, so
seriously.
Aye, mate, aye. Talbot have got a great record against Pollok. We've struggled with them a lot of the years, and they've beat us most times. There have been a few draws in there, but for the fans and that, it was a great start and it was good for them, but it wasn't the most prettier performances, and I'd say that Talbot probably the better side and big spells it, but listen, it's 3 points and you never care about that, do you know what I mean?
Mate, it's a huge 3 points, particularly I've spoken maybe last when we did the preview saying Talbot are the same team they were, but based off of what you said, and I heard from a couple of people, they were still good yesterday.
Aye.
And that's a massive 3 points for you, and what a goal to win it. See for me, the fact that he's been able to get that up and down so quickly, because you're only 18 years out, 20 years out, that's an absolutely beautiful finish for him.
Mate, he's a great talent. We go, you know what I mean? So look for him to hopefully kick on and get a good run at it with staying clear injuries. But as you say, Talbot's still a good players. Ross Smith was good. I thought yesterday caused us quite a lot of problems. Still get Mick Wardrop and that, and strong at the back with big Neely McPherson. So we've still got a good team and some good young players there as well. So I think if they scored a penalty, mate, it might have been a different game, but that's just the fine margins in these games, and fortunately for us, they've went in our favour and we've won the game, but we'll not get carried away, mate, do you know what I mean? It was nice at the time, and you're happy, and it's a buzz, and it's that first game, there was a good crowd there, and that buzz the first day of the season, but it's only 3 points, you know what I mean? So anybody can't get too ahead of yourself, because our performance wasn't really good enough, you know what I mean, at times.
Well, you take it, but 3 points, because that could be a big one, particularly with somebody who could be a a title contender with you if you're going to be up there.
A good win for the new group, you know what I mean? To win a game like
Aye.
that sometimes is good for them, not I mean, good for the morale, and that's what was good. PG, happy with it, happy with the result, mate, especially.
We'll move on to the league champions. Beath 1-0 against Rob Roy. Rob Roy got a man sent off early on. By all accounts, they've put in a good shift, battled hard.
Missed a penalty.
Missed a penalty. Young Divers getting the goal for Beath in his competitive debut. It's a great one from good 3 points for straining his team to kick off a league campaign.
Aye, Divers he knows the way to goals, you know what I mean? The amount of goals he's scored for Renfrew the last few years has been incredible. But that's a good result to get off the Marcin on stock, get man of the match. And I tell you what, he was a big player for them last season, and obviously started the season well this year. By getting man of the match for them. But great 3 points, a clean sheet. They won it 1-0. Seen Rob Roy gave them a wee guard of honour as well, which is always good and respectful for Rob Roy. Well done to Goldie and his team. And it shows that Rob Roy will be very competitive, a very tough side, you know what I mean? So I think people are maybe silly to write them off, but I think that they'll be good and they'll get better as the season goes on as well. But they'll be a tough side, especially with 10 men. Be Josh Fowler, what a move.
Congratulations to Josh. A great move to United Arab Emirates with Gulf United. So good on him.
Gulf United, the buy in it, man. Wee man's going to be living a good life out there. So listen, tremendous move. Testament to Beav as well, because they've helped him in his development, but down to him as well with his hard work. But what a move, what an experience for him in life, and I really hope he goes there and does well. So good luck and all the best to Josh.
All the best from him. Big one for me as well. I predicted Clydebank to win the league and Benburb to be relegated. The Ben's going to beat them 3-2 at home park on the first day of the season. That's a massive, massive 3 points for Benburb.
Bens are, mate. The Bens will surprise a lot of people this year, PG, because they're very well organised and they've got some good players there, mate. I've seen me Deck McDonald getting a double and Aaron Black
always scoring goals.
I tell you, mate, sometimes you just find that a club it just it's a good fit for you, and he's scoring a lot of goals. But they've got some right good players in their team, and you know what they've got as well. They've got that they'll fight, shall they never say die attitude. You know what I mean? When their backs to the wall, they'll fight and graft and knock their pan in for their manager and that as well. So what a result for them. One of the results of the weekend. Great result. 3-0 up. Clydebank have gave a wee late push, but it was just a wee bit too late for them. But again, it's the first game of the season. It just shows you, mate, it's going to be same as last year. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day, mate.
Aye. Good results for Troon beating Meda 2-1, Hurlford beating St Cadoc's 3-1, Arthurlie a 4-3 win over Cumbernauld. That's an impressive result. Final one to touch on, really good result for Glenafton beating Darvel 2-1 at home, or at Darvel's home game. That's a cracking 3 points for them. No the start that Tony and his team would have been looking for.
No, but I watched Tony's interview and he was very complimentary about his team. You know what I mean? Sometimes it was the opposite. It sounded like us yesterday. We didn't play very well. We'll probably play better and lose games. But we listened to Tony's interview. He says his team played really well and they've lost the game. But brilliant for Glenafton. Great result to go down there and win first game of the season. That'll do wonders for their confidence. Moffat scoring as well. Do you know what I mean? Top player with a great career, but great result for Steve and the boys, and then Darvel just need to pick up. And I think they play Largs on Wednesday, which is a hard one. It's a tough one. Always hard to go to Largs, and especially on a Wednesday night. But very well done to Glenafton and a great 3 points.
Aye, definitely. Moving on to the first division, Blantyre 2, Thorneywood 1, Cambuslang 2, Colwynnon 2, Drumchapel 4, Neilson 1, Mabel 2, Glencairn 2, Petershill 4, The Rock 1, Renfrew 0, Johnstone Burgh 4, Shotts 2, Kilburn 1, Whitlets 1, Ashfield 4. I'll start with us for yesterday. 4-1, I'd say was probably we could have been a bit more than that. I think another goal or two. Without us really, I spoke to Hope after the game yesterday, and I was saying for the pre-season games I've been at, and then yesterday, we don't look like we're really out of second or third gear yet. We're putting a lot of nice football together and stuff, but I feel there's so much more to come, and I feel like there could be a game where we could take 7 or 8 off of somebody because we're looking very comfortable without overexerting ourselves. Nielsen battled well yesterday. Defensively, I thought they were quite poor, but they never gave up. They battled through. I just thought that we had a bit too much for them. Granted, we get 2 penalties, but with chances we missed and they scored their own goal. But I thought it was a good first day of the season and a vital 3 points considering most teams about, like the Borough, get a comfortable win. Petershill got a really good win. That's teams that you're expecting to be up there fighting with. So I thought that was a cracking result for us yesterday.
Good result, mate. You always want to get after a flyer. But you look at the boys that you've had scoring goals for you. You know what I mean? There's good firepower down there, and you've got a lot at your disposal and all. You know what I mean? You're just behind a wee bit of Johnstone Burgh's budget, just a wee tiny bit.
Just that tiny bit.
So listen, the quality's there. You know what I mean? The firepower and going forward, I imagine will be a right good watch. But it's a great result. 4-1 first day of the season. You're buzzing with that, and teams will still take a couple of games to get going. So by accounts, if you're winning 4-1 and you're not quite at it, then you'll be delighted as a manager or part of a club that's like that.
Nah, definitely. Touching on the Borough, 4-0 against Renfrew.
Yeah.
We know how we've praised Renfrew and Jimmy a lot over the last couple of years. Their win ratio is under Jimmy has been ridiculous. Like anybody at any level would be happy with that. I watched saw the goals on the Borough's Instagram the day, and it was really sloppy defending for me. There was all like individual errors. Obviously, it looks like the Borough deserved a victory, but Renfrew looked quite sloppy. Kyle Lafferty, the man that everybody's talking about, bagging a double as well. That's the start he'd have been looking for, and it's definitely the start Jamie would have been looking for.
Unreal. Brilliant. And listen, the big man played Premier League last year. You know what I mean? He's going to come and make a big impact in this league, and especially playing with the other good players that the Borough have got. So for him to get off the mark early, score 2 goals, what I like to see was there was a lot of pictures in with young boys and all that. So what he's doing is he's attracting young fans and all that as well, and he's taking the time out to get pictures and that with them, which is all part and parcel for it and good for the Borough half a part. But that's a great result for the Borough. Probably quite comfortable. Below accounts, comfortable win. They've kept a clean sheet. They've won the game 4-0. Brilliant for them, and they were missing Graham Dorn suspended. Good to see boy Malcolm McDonald get man of the match, because a lot of people talk about all the players that they've brought in, but Jamie's kept a good few players that were still there for last year, and he's one that they've kind of brought through as well. So that's always good to see that they've still got the boys at the club, and a lot of people forget things like that. They've still got players like him, wee Brophy, boy Wallace at left back, so they've still got boys that have been at the club as well. So it's good to see.
Did you see Dale Simmons go?
No, he's a cracker.
Overhead kick, mate, it was nice.
But Dale's quality, mate, he's a quality player. He's got that in the locker. His goal ratio over the years is unbelievable. See, when he was at Glencairn and that and all, brilliant goal return.
See, for me, just the last bit on the Borough, somebody I'd mentioned him last year, and we'd spoke about him 2 seasons ago when we went and watched Arthur play Maryhill. Ross McKenzie, I think he is going to be an absolute belter this season. I think he'll score quite a lot of goals, and I think he will be top draw this season.
Where's Ross playing in the middle of the park?
He played in the middle of the park when we seen him, and
it
looks like he's playing slightly further forward, just for a couple of wee clips I've seen.
Do you know what will do Ross the world a good? See having somebody like Esplin, man, sitting in the middle of the park, mate, and just give him that wee bit of protection and get him on the ball, and doesn't need to worry about it going back the way a lot of the time, because Esplin is quality. What he does is a quality player, so he'll bring on Ross McKenzie leaps and bounds and all, mate.
Definitely.
And by the way, see their kit man Disco used to be Pollok's last year. He was texting me steaming last night, man. Honestly, don't do it again, Disco. Talking about Big Lafferty and all that. And, did you see the result? I says, come on, mate. You're not going to think your league's won in the first weekend here, are we?
Mate, well, I'll bring it up since people are messaging that we spoke about it. Both of us taking a bit of stick yesterday at games, you know what I mean? It's we've got a full season ahead of us with this nonsense. And a lot of people unhappy with the predictions and the preview show. But hey, part and parcel of it. For me, the result of the day in the First Division, Petershill against the local derby, Petershill laying a marker down 4-1. That's a huge result for me.
Top result, because you're thinking that was going to be tighter than what it is. So what it shows is the quality that Petershill have got at their disposal. I did say in that the preview show that I think Petershill will have a very good season, and I think that they'll have a big say on the promotion push and even pushing for a title. But see Dan Miller up to his old tricks yesterday, man, assists and pinging in free kicks, mate, and you get Dan fit and flying, mate. He's a top player. He's a fucking maniac of a boy, mate, and I love him. But what a player he is too on his day. So, they've done the business. It's a great result, local derby, but a bragging rights here. Disappointing for the Rock as well. Do you know what I mean? Because they would have took a good falling up there, and there's a lot of optimism in there with a new management team in place. And unfortunately, it's not been a great first day of the season, but they'll regroup, they'll go again, and I think that they'll bounce back very quickly.
Just to finish off, two really good results. For me, Ashfield beating Whitlets. I thought Ashfield were going to win that, but 4-1, very convincing. Great start for Mick and the team, continuing the good form for last year. And a really big one for me, and it's a wee bit of humble pie for myself as well. So I predicted them to go down. I know it's only one game. Shotts beating Kilburn. That's a really big result for them, and it's a great 3 points they pick up at the start of the season.
Great result for John. Great result for Ashfield, especially away from home, first game of the season, getting 4 goals. Another wee quick one. Blantyre Vic's great result against Forneywood.
Forneywood, aye, another good one.
Great result for Gibby, because Gibby every season has to build for it, loses his better players, best players. You know what I mean? It's hard for him to keep them with resources in that, and that's a great result for him. That's kind of a local wee derby for Liberty as well.
Aye. Moving on to the second division, Ardrossan 2, Larkhall 1, Craigmark 2, Forth 2, Cumbernauld 2, Perthshire 1, Kilsyth 1, Bonneton 1, Maryhill 2, Cali Locals 1, Ants 1, Yoker 2, Bailaclyde 6, Muirkirk 2, Wishaw 1, Glasgow Uni 2. I think we will start with Cumbernauld. For me, that was a big game for Cumbernauld, getting relegated last year. I think they were a better team than getting relegated last year. I think they were quite unfortunate. But Perthshire, we spoke about them at length last season, a very difficult team to beat, and that's a big 3 points for Cumbernauld to start the season.
Yeah, great 3 points. Always a hard team to beat and get anything against. But I think with Izzy and that as well, and Dolzy, this will be the first proper time now that they've had their own team in, probably, in the summer. Do you know what I mean? They've had to go in there and probably get through the end of the season. It's been a disappointing season for them, but I think this season we'll see a lot better Cumbernauld team, with them having a full pre-season and bringing a lot of their own players in and players that they want in. So great first result for them, and expect them to do well.
Another one for me, Maryhill. I think Maryhill could have a decent season this season. 2-1 against Cali Locals. I actually don't think Cali Locals will do too poorly at all. I think they'll be all right this season, but that's a big one for Mark and his boys to get 3 points on the board. It's because I think they could do quite well. Mid-table to top half of the table for me for Maryhill this year.
I think Mark's team will do well. He'll be just wanting to fly under the radar. But that's a good result to start the season. I think they were 2-0 up, conceded a penalty. Goalie saved it. Colin McGraw saved the penalty. Seen that there. Video of that. Really good save, and they've won the game 2-1. And listen, first day of the season, you want to go and you want to play free-flowing football, and you want to put on a show and be pure amazing on the eye. But the most important thing is just getting off the mark as early as possible, and 3 points there. But I agree with you. I think Kev's got some good players there. I think it's a wee blow that they've lost the boy Fraser Malcolm to Clyde. I seen he just signed Clyde there, and he get quite a few goals for them towards the end of last season when he joined them. So that'll be a blow, and it's just trying to replace that with the goals in the team.
Clyde, we spoke about them in the preview, winning the league last year. We both tipped them to go up this year, beating Muirkirk 6-2, and the word on the street is Muirkirk have a picture of us two in their dressing room because we keep tipping them, or I keep tipping them to get down. I think that's brilliant. I love that. If that's true, I love it.
it should just be a picture of you, mate, because you've got the hang with your cup, not me. I threw it in there. But in all seriousness, mate, what a result for Vale Clyde. Seen some of the goals here, Paul Donachie, it looked as if he was in top form. Wee Tiger Lawson's goals,
Mate, cracker.
He's a good young talent, wee Tiger, know what I mean? And it's a great way to start. Obviously, the champions for last year at home, decent crowd, probably the wee Vale Clyde Ultras are different class, isn't it? So it's a good way to get them going at the start of the season. But that's a right impressive one, right impressive results. Scoring 6 goals in the first game of the season is top quality, and that was one of my picks. So I'm happy with the start that they've made. They look good already.
At the other end of what we predicted at the other end of the table for later in the season, Glasgow Uni beating Wishaw 2-1. That's a big result for Glasgow Uni. Wishaw will be bitterly disappointed to lose that, particularly at home. But for Glasgow Uni, that's a really good win. You mentioned that they might be missing players up until September time, until the students come back.
Yeah,
Mark will be really happy because for me that's a big 3 points for them, and 3 points that they'll really need.
Aye, I think they've signed a lot. They've got a lot of young players. A lot of boys have come through for 20s and that as well. But as you say, mate, them getting after the mark, that was my biggest thing. I just didn't know if it was a hit or a miss, but they would get right for the start. So for them to get 3 points and a win so early on is brilliant for them. And listen, Mark's a good manager. He's really, really switched on. He really knows what he's doing. And I think that it's just what he's got at his disposal. So they must have good players there and available to win the first game. So well done to them.
Moving on to Division 3, Finnart 2, Girvan 1, Greenock 0, Bellshill 4, Irvine Vicks 5, Glasgow United 0, Larkhall 3, Ardea 3, Lesmahago 7, Vale Leven 6, Port 7, Kello 1, Thrieve 1, Coalside 0, West Park 0, Dorai 4. Couple of results for me that kind of stand out. Irvine Vicks, obviously very disappointed last season. We had them tipped to go up. I think they were, was it 16 games unbeaten or something stupid. They were flying, and the wheels fell off late on. That's a good statement for them to start the season 5-0. I know Glasgow United were really poor last year, and it's not a start they'd be looking for, but that's a big one for Irvine Vicks. 5-0 right after that.
I think we did say that I think what Irvine Vicks have done is they've added a few players, but they've kept their better players as well for last year. We spoke about Owen, the goalie, kept their big captain, and then they've got obviously Kev Adams here, but the boy Savares that we were talking about, I hope that's the right way to pronounce it, but he's been in the goals of pre-season. He was in the goals last season. I think he got 4 yesterday, mate. Different gravy.
Great.
What a start to the season.
See, the thing is, they do seem pretty good defensively, going after the goals conceded through the season. But like you mentioned, the two of them up top, they score a lot of goals.
They score,
vital. But we're having Owen's a good goalkeeper as well. One for me, one I'm really pleased to see is the Port winning 7-1. We both said the Port would be a lot better this year. You tipped Kello to have a hard season, and it looks like both predictions could be reasonable based off of yesterday's result. Massive for the Port to get 7. Sore one for Kello, but I think that Stevie's added really well. A lot of quality, a lot of experience this year, and I think that could be the start of it for the Port.
Top result. You know what I mean? I did tip Kello to maybe struggle because I didn't know much about where they were this season and stuff, but I wasn't expecting that. Although we know how much quality the Port have got, and we're talking about how good that they were looking and stuff like that. That's what a show that they've put on. Sounds as if it's clicked for them early days, but I was looking at their Twitter, man. I didn't see who scored all the goals.
I know. I've not really seen much.
Nah,
the Port are a Facebook club, to be fair.
Right.
They're a Facebook club.
They're a Bebo club, mind that.
They're into MySpace and that. It's Rory that does them, so they like all that MySpace stuff.
No, I was looking to see who was in amongst the goals and stuff, but listen, we've spoken about the quality they've got there and the players that they've signed and the experience they've got. They've got, as we say, a good mix with experience and youth, and Aye, they'll be a good side this year, and to score 7 goals in the first day of the season, Stevie will be absolute delighted. I'm sure he had a wee beer or two just to toast a good first day.
Right, mate. So let's see. We have Davy McKenna get 2.
Davy. Mind we bumped into Davy before we done the thing at the Ants.
That's right.
What a
Aye.
player for Renfrew he was, so for them to get him down there, he'll still score a good few goals this season. He'll get at least 20 goals this season for them.
That's the thing. Like Davy played with my brother at St Mirren. I don't know, had to have been about 25 years ago they started playing again. They played together for like 6 or 7 years.
Aye.
And he always scored goals. But I'm actually just looking at it. The Port were 1-0 down at half time.
Oh, were they?
Aye.
Oh.
So they've
So I
got
take it they weren't great in the first half then?
it must not have been. So McKenna's got 2. Archie's got himself on the score sheet as well. So aye, so there's quality there.
I take it Stevie's pulled the hairdryer out early doors.
Aye, it would appear so.
But what's happened with Kello in the second half to be 1-0 up and then lose 7 goals in the second half?
A big result as well. Threave beating Kilsyth 1-0. 2 of the top teams in the 4th division last year, newly promoted. We've both tipped Threave to have a right good season. And that's a big win for them because Bailey's teams have shown the last 3 seasons they've been in. They're a good side, very good football team, very young. But now they're a couple of years older than they were because they've kept most of their players, I feel. They're going to be a cracking side, but it's a good result for Threave.
Great result, keeping a clean sheet as well. Because what Bailey's team, would you say it was 1-0, wasn't it?
1-0.
What Bailey's team have always done earlier, they've scored loads and loads of goals. You know what I mean? So to keep a clean sheet against them is excellent and a great start for Threave. A 1-0 win, 3 points, clean sheet, job done.
Exactly. West Park losing 4-0 to Dalry, they'll be a bit gutted with that. But we spoke about the situation there already, and everybody knows it's going to be a really tough season for them.
And we spoke about how we think Dalry will have a good season.
Good side.
I think that West Park would have not it easier, but it was a tough first game for them to get. Do you know what I mean? Because I think Dalry will be pushing the promotion places at the very least.
Aye. 13-goal thriller with Les Mahigo and Villa leaving. That's a mad one. That'd have been a great neutral game.
Yeah, see that? That's what I'm talking about this level. I've been talking about it all week. Probably about £6-7 to get in.
Aye.
7-6, man, unbelievable. Villa leaving with 6-4 up.
Were they?
Aye, imagine you're the Villa leaving manager and you've conceded 6 goals and you've scored 6 goals away from home and you're like, mate, we get beat today. You're scratching your head. That is 7-6. What a game,
mate! I had a game like that. It was my first ever goal I scored for Maryhill. The first time I was there, so I'd have been 19 or something. We were playing Ashfield at Saracen Park, 4-0 down with 15 minutes to go and beat them 6-4. Mental game.
It sounds like one of the mental games.
It was. Our committee had left and everything when we were 4-0 down. But just to finish off, really disappointing day for Gary Fleming and his first match in charge at Greenock, but an impressive 4-0 win. And I believe you did say Bells Hill were looking like they were going to be better this season, and that's a cracking.
I think it was you, mate.
Was it me? I feel like Wani said it, so it was a good result for them.
Great result because we were on here last week speaking, and I still think that Greenock will do well, and I still think that they've got good players there. But it just sounds like a top display by Bells Hill, especially to go away from home.
I know.
And win that.
Moving on to Division 4, BSC 4, Lugar 4, Pollok 0, Eglinton 1, Knightswood 2, St Peters 4, Newmains 5, East Kilbride 5, Royal Albert 3, Campbelltown 3, Saltcoats 2, Glenvale 5, Thorn 2, Rossvale 2, Easterhouse 3, Giffnock 2. I tell you what, mate, looking at this league, right?
How good's that?
Mate, see if you were able to put a B team to score on.
Oh, mate.
You'd be getting up and setting about Pollok after that being the only team that would do you.
I'd be putting my money in Division 4 every week, mate, where it looks at.
Mate, that's brilliant. Where will I start? Glenvale. We've already spoken about one McKim brother. Lewis McKimney's first game in charge as a manager. 5-2 against Saltcoats. I'm not surprised Glenvale won. I'm not surprised they scored 5. Saltcoats are in for another really hard season. I'm hearing some words coming out that it's not looking very good for them now. They're in quite a bit of trouble. But that's a good win for Lewis in his first game.
Aye, very good result, very good result. And I think a few of the boys that he got on loan for Johnstone Burgh done the business. I think one of the boys got a hat-trick. I don't know if it was McLaughlin maybe.
McLaughlin it was, aye.
Got a hat-trick and that, so aye, they'll be, I think Glenville will be, they weren't a team I'd maybe put to be up there, but I think Lewis will have a good young team there, and that's a great start for him. He scored 5 goals, and aye, it's a top result.
We touched on Luger in the preview show, saying that they were going to be one of your teams that would be right up there, and I still believe they will. I actually thought about it during the week after we'd done the show, and I was looking at the fixtures. Do you know, I actually think BSC will have a better season this year as well.
Aye.
Scoring 4 against Luger, getting a draw, another exciting game, but I think that's a good result for them.
Cracker, thriller, belter.
And then we've got another absolute beauty as well, a thriller, Newmains 5, East Kilbride 5. We were talking to Azza yesterday, telling us that there were 4 each, minute to go 5-4 down, 10 seconds left, get it to 5 each, and he doesn't know if his heart can take a full season of that.
Well, that's the thing, innit? You end up conceding at the end to go 5-4 down, and then see, even though you're drawing the game, man, it feels like a victory because you're thinking that you're not going to even get any points at all. You've lost the game at the end, so to get a draw out it, they've done well, they've shown a bit of character. But that sounds like a cracker 5 each. I know. Defences were not on top in that league this week.
On the new boys in Giffnock, I suppose, are technically a new team, losing 3-2 to Easterhouse, which Keith will be disappointed with, but that's a good win for Easterhouse. And Knightswood giving St Peter's a good run, losing 4-2 in the end, but they're a really young side, and it's going to take them a wee bit of time to find their feet at this level.
Definitely. Totally agree on that, mate.
Another one for me, which is quite interesting, 2 teams I'd tipped to be in the bottom 3, Royal Albert and Campbelltown, drawing 3 each. I think that's what we've spoken about. It's good for these teams coming down who have had hard seasons after season after season for maybe the last 5-10 years, whatever, barring Royal Albert's good year they had. It's good knowing that you're going to get points this season, and it's good for them to start picking up points early on.
If you look at it, and this is exactly the way you wanted the bottom league to be. I think all the leagues now, they're starting to kind of, they're finding themselves now with teams and where they should be at, do you know what I mean, to make it much more competitive. So I think this season, that especially that Division 4 is going to be really good, and it's going to be interesting to see who can put runs together, because I think in there as well, they're all capable of beating each other.
I think so. One, actually, we both tipped Rossvale to have a good year. Their opponents yesterday, somebody we really forgot to mention.
Aye, we did.
I think the Thorn are going to be another team who have improved on last year. Ban McLaughlin's brought in a few decent players. He's obviously making the team his now. And I think that's a decent result for both sides, because I think they're 2 teams who will be up there pushing.
Aye, I think Thorn will be good and all, and by their management team are very switched on, you know what I mean? They've played the game, Barry's had a really good career and that, so for him to pass the knowledge on to the young players, but now they've added a few more experienced players as well in there, and I think that shows that probably shows that they're 2 teams that could be right up there, do you know what I mean? And there's no really much between it. The 2 of them will probably be happy in the end, taking a point apiece, maybe be challenging with each other, and then they move on to the next one. But it seems another good game as well, you know what I mean?
Finishing up, final result, a wee mention for the PG and Daxter X skipper, Murray, his Eglinton getting a 1-0 win, and a happy 40th for the old man as well. Scary condition he's in at his age day.
Mate, scary, man. About the guys that are body in the cover of Men's Health, you know what I mean, at 40. Reminds me of Gumley, David Gumley.
David was unbelievable, wasn't
he?
Ridiculous condition he was in.
Yeah, see, honestly, when he used to pull on a wee pair of slips, mate, his body was frightening, mate. Absolute frightening. Then you had me, wee fat Dak for the diddies in the corner. That's unbelievable. A great boy. But no, well done to Eglinton. Clean sheet only team in the league to get a clean sheet. And that's good for them to see. It's good for them, and I think that was a tough first game away to Pollok, and they'll be delighted with that, because that's a fair old joint for them too.
I know, it is. And
So
that's Pollok's the joint windiest place in the world with Petershill. I know, it's anytime you're ever up there, it doesn't matter what the weather's like anywhere else, it's blowing a gale.
aye.
But look, that's the first roundup done of the season. No roundup next week because I'm on holiday. So it'll be 2 weeks' time we'll have the next episode out. I'm going to go and pack my case now and try and get myself 45 minutes sleep before I go. But thanks for watching, everybody, and have a smashing week.
Have a cracker, guys, and stay safe, and then listen, enjoy your midweek games and go out and support your local club, or go and take any game in, because there's good games on this midweek in the West of Scotland League.
Well said. See you later on.
See you later.